Hello ladies and gents, boys and girls, it's me Noobstardamus with a pretty interesting topic that I want to talk about, and it's about why we should have bots in the next Battlefield. Doesn't matter if it's gonna be Battlefield 6 or Bad Company 3 or 2143, I just want to say that this will be my last video talking about having bots in the next Battlefield games. Now for those who didn't know me well, I'm a huge fan of AI bots in online multiplayer games such as Dota 2, Verdun, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Battlefield 2, Call of Duty, CSGO, to name a few. Any games with bot support is already good in my books because the game developers knew that most of the players would love to have an AI environment where they can just spend their time enjoying themselves while improving their skills on selected games. So why do bots need to return to the next Battlefield game? And when I said return, it means that back then, older classic Battlefield games such as 1942, Vietnam 2 and 2142 did have AI bots as some sort of single player instant action and also co-op where you can play with your friends in a multiplayer match, teaming up with a team of bots against another team of bots. So to answer my question as to why bots needs to return to the next Battlefield game, let's jump to the pros of having bots in Battlefield. But before that, I just want to make this clear. I don't want to have bots on a rank official servers. I just want to be able to create a private server or private match against AI bots just like in Call of Duty. Now the first good thing about having bots is that it's a very great feature or learning tools to help out newcomers. Sometimes when players who just discover the franchise, they would love to try out the game, but they wouldn't really gonna have a great time as most of the time they're gonna get their asses kicked by the tryhard veterans of the series. So with bot support, or as Jack Frax used to say in one of his older videos, and I quote, to create an AI environment which is like a series of fake multiplayer games versus AI, this could be a tutorial for the new players so they could learn the basics of the game, like what each class in the game does, how to use class specific gadgets, understanding the how to play game modes and more. I've watched most of the new players play Battlefield before, and most of the time they didn't know what they were doing because there was no tutorial for the players to learn to begin with. When the new players play a match against bots, it gives them the freedom to do anything they want in the game, taking their time to learn the game without getting blamed by their tryhard teammates or having a bad in-game experience as they constantly being killed by the pros in the enemy team. Also, when the newcomers play with bots, they could learn the importance of the game mechanics such as reviving, healing, and resupplying, while sharpening their skills and get to know the maps better before jumping to the real matches against real players. Second, internet connection. There are a lot of people had this problem when they just want to play Battlefield, but unfortunately their connection is terrible. And when they did get into a game, the lag intensifies and they started not to have a great time in the game. There are times where the connection were so bad you couldn't even connect to the EA online or EA servers, and the only thing you can do is playing the campaign or war stories. But honestly, no one really wants to play the campaign more than a couple of times. With bot support, you can play alone against bots even without internet connection, just like they did with Battlefront 2. This is a great feature to help people that live far away from DICE official servers such as South Africa. I also want to include the console players issue as well. Sometimes when their subscription just finished, like PlayStation Plus or Xbox Live Gold, they couldn't play online games such as Battlefield because they need to renew their subscription. So while waiting for that subscription to be renewed, being able to play with bots is probably the best option for the players who just want to enjoy the multiplayer experience offline. There are also some folks that prefer not to renew their console subscription because they didn't have much time to play or too busy with working and their jobs. Instead of renewing their subscription, they can always try out some matches against bots without having to spend their money to buy this subscription. This would make the game worth even more for the single player content because you can have both campaign and offline bot matches. Third is hackers. Almost in every single online multiplayer games, there will be hackers joining servers just to ruin everyone's game's experience. Hackers are always the culprit that ruins people's game, and they are the ones that make people hate the game, especially Battlefield, because Battlefield had a really poor anti-cheat system. In Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 Asian servers on PC, 8 out of 10 servers will have hackers in them, and that makes people quit the game. Instead of quitting the game, just create a server against bots and enjoy yourself in there. I know hackers are not a perfect point to have a bot spawn or bot support in the next Battlefield game, but it's still a thing. Hackers are still dominating the official DICE servers and ruining people's game experience. Sure, you can say, well, just hop into a community server, but most of the time the community servers are always full and the maps and game mode rotations are not the ones that most players want. Playing with bots saves you from the problems and troubles that came from those cheeky hackers. Fourth, the bots are vital to the longevity of a game. Sometimes, when you just want to play a game mode in one of your favorite games, such as I want to play War Pigeons in Battlefield 1, I didn't really think I would find a game of it, even if I tried a quick match option. Other than that, once a new Battlefield game comes out, most players are going to move on and play that new game and left the previous one, meaning that it's going to have a lot of empty servers. And when you have no bots, you will never ever going to be able to play that game mode anymore. That is why bots is important for every online game. And the last point is enjoying yourself as you want to be. I know this is a weird point, but trust me, most people just want to enjoy any games as they want to be. When you had a bad day and you wish to enjoy a good game, bots can help you with that. Sure, it may feel boring for the pro players out there to play against bots, but not for us peeps that always wanted to have an AI bots in a Battlefield game. I don't mind being called a noob. I confess that I want to feel overpowered, powerful, pro against these bots. Because why? Because I just want to have fun. And for those of you who think I want bots because I'm bad, well, maybe I am. I mean, that's why my name is Noob after all. But do you really think that I will enjoy the game even more if I switch to ranked players servers? Hell no. I play Battlefield and Call of Duty because it's enjoyable and fun, not because it's competitive. When you start to play Battlefield competitively, you would stop enjoying it for what it is, and it's all about getting better and being better. And honestly, I don't want that. All I want is to hop into a game against bots and just enjoying myself, making cool montages, and perhaps only in Battlefield moments. It doesn't mean that I hate playing with real players, but sometimes they can ruin your day, even from teammates. As long as you enjoy the game, that's all that matters. Now, I want to move on to the cons. There's a couple of it. First, it's time consuming. Coding the AI, making paths for the AI bots to move, shoot, jump, and give heals and ammo will take a very long time, while they can use that time to create fresh content for the game. Second and lastly is, it's gonna take a lot of resources to code the AI and implement it in the game. Maybe that file size of the game will be larger than before because of the AI files, we will never know. But that doesn't mean that they couldn't give bot support a try. I have actually seen pictures and some video clips of DICE devs using internal AI bots to test out Battlefield 5. Well, I could be wrong on that one, but I'm 99% sure those are bots made by DICE, but they were never released. Maybe because it's for internal testing only and not for public. So, how is DICE supposed to implement this? They can just take a look at the single player instant action feature from Battlefield 2, learn a thing or two from it, and try their best to implement that same feature right to the future or upcoming Battlefield games. Instead of test or practice range where players rarely go there, make all maps available in the game with bot support enabled, so you can always play and practice and learn the layout of the map. They could also make all of the weapons unlock, including attachments for bot matches, so you could test out which attachments and guns are the best for you. into the more advanced AI settings, if they could implemented a bot's loadout system like Call of Duty Ghost did, that would have been great. At the same time, they could also implement a server setting so you could change the number of tickets, game modes, time limit, score limit, and even number of AI bots in the server. I could give more points on how to improve it, and you know what, it's not crazy, complicated, or something like that. But I think it's enough that it will really help to aid and educate new players, because one of the biggest problems in Battlefield is accessibility. And one of the really good ways to teach them is making a separate experience just like in multiplayer, but against AI bots. And I definitely think that the Frostbite engine is capable and powerful enough to implement a system like this. So what's the point of all of this then? Well, the more educated the player base are on average, the better the gameplay experience on average will be for everyone. Like I said early in the video, I don't and will never ask for rank bots because that's too much to ask, and I don't want to have bots in ranked matches or servers. I only want bots in private unranked community servers. Now, I'm sure most of you have been asking why I really want to have bots in Battlefield. Well, it's because I love Battlefield, and I grew up on both Battlefield and Call of Duty. My first Battlefield was Battlefield 2, and I remember it fondly because I always played with bots. The bots are like my friend, and maybe they feel like a part of me. I grew up playing against mindless AI bots, and in the meantime, my skills were sharpened over time. There's a video by 2Click Phillips that explains very well about why bots need to be in every game, and I highly recommend you guys to watch his video after this. There are some people who hate having bots in multiplayer games, and that's why I don't want to have them in ranked games. Sometimes you just want to have some fun on the game that you like, and yeah, sure, you can say just play with your friends. But what about the people who doesn't have friends to play with? I used to be that kid, where I find the bots to be my only friends, and also my foes in games. So yeah, I really want to have AI bots to return to Battlefield someday, and I still gonna believe they will return. How about you? What do you think? Do you guys think bots should return to Battlefield or not? Tell me in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, or a dislike if you didn't. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and stay healthy. Have a good one, everyone. Cheers.